What glitch in the system are you exploiting? My old gym changed bank accounts and asked all members to pick up a new standing order form and switch their direct debits over. I never did. 2 years of free gym membership, then the gym closed down. It wasn't making enough money for some reason. Sometimes if I have a lunch meeting and it's a slow day, I'll take my hour lunch late in the day. That meeting didn't count. That was work required. 10 years ago, I used to make flash games for fun. Right now, I'm paid €95 an hour, 32 hours per week, to maintain some e-commerce flash application because the company can't find people to do it. Crazy money for a job I found by accident. Amazon still charges me the student rate for Prime, but I haven't taken classes in 2 years. I did that too. Started like my sophomore year, and after 4 years of the student rate they automatically changed me to regular price, so I really only got 1 extra year. The sandwich place near my house has a survey offer on all of their receipts. If you take the survey online, you get a code for a free cookie. No other purchase is required. When you redeem it for a cookie, the computer prints a new receipt with a survey at the bottom. As long as you keep the receipts, free cookies for life. I have friends who do something like this with Whoppers at Burger King. In a college class I have to make posts on a WordPress blog by a certain time, usually 9 PM. I just make a blank post before 9, then edit it when I'm actually done. Did a similar thing in a class that required WP blog posts. We were supposed to have had several posts made throughout the term by its end. Instead I made them all in the last week and edited the dates to be from earlier weeks. When I was in elementary school we had a bowling alley next door to the school and had a bowling club Tuesdays after school. The bowling alley had those candy machines that take a quarter and you spin the handle and the candy comes out the bottom. WELLL, my brother and I figured out that if you only spin the handle halfway you can hold it in the open position and the candy will just pour out. We started to bring Ziploc bags with us and fill them up every time we went. Candy for days. I had a job doing customer service, where I would be logged into like 2 degrees of virtual machines before logging into work. The technology was never explained, nor am I tech savvy enough to say this in fancy schmancy IT words, but using a USB drive, we would first open up a virtual second computer. Then, using some Citrix service, we'd click a desktop shortcut which would open another in which we did most of our work. Windows Inception. Anyway, we all stayed in touch primarily through IMs and chat rooms in Pigeon Messenger. Most of the Windows options and shortcuts weren't available, but in one special case, you could access Windows Explorer via Pigeon when you tried to import a custom smiley. Browsing the menus, I learned that all chat logs for every user on the server were openly logged and could be accessed through that access to Windows Explorer. There were hundreds of people in our program, and I had access to all of their chat activity. Everything. As far as I could tell, nobody else knew about this. I regularly monitored manager-only chats, where they talked about private crap and made fun of people who asked them dumb questions in the public chats. I witnessed important decisions being discussed and made, often weeks before it went public. Sensitive information like login credentials. I was in no position to do anything malicious, but I felt like a freaking king knowing these things when nobody else did. That's the only thing I miss about that job. My society sciences teacher once told us when we had to deliver an essay to make sure it was our own work. He told us that they got a new plagiarism scanner. The old one was abused by a guy who copied everything from the internet and then replaced the spaces with white points. The scanner would see it as one word and rate 0% plagiarism. Instructor here. 0% plagiarism would get my attention and spark further investigation. At my dorm, we pay for each wash at the washing machines. What I found out is if you choose a washing program before washing and the start button flashes, it's a free wash. I think it's because a wash is 53 minutes, but it works for an hour. This means there's a 7-minute window where you can start the wash again for free. I haven't paid for washing clothes for more than a year. The washers at my school take 30 minutes and the dryers take an hour. When I go multiple loads, I take the first load from the dryer and put the second in before the hour is up, usually around 40 mins. That way I only have to add 1-2 more quarters instead of 4 more for another hour. I find getting small gifts for people and handwriting thank you notes is the best thing I could do to get the things I want. I'm in sales and it's getting me insane numbers. Examples of small gifts PLS. There's this one cashier at the grocery store who charges all my produce as conventional when it's actually organic. I get my dried Thai peppers from this one supermarket. I only go through 12-15 a week tops, and the scales at the register aren't sensitive to even register this amount of weight. The checker always ends up giving up trying to price it and I get it for free. I save about 5 cents a week, but pay for it in uncomfortable bowel evacuations. My wife and I are on the $20 unlimited data plan that Microsoft employees get, and she hasn't worked there in 2 years. The Google Translate to view blocked websites at work Scothill trick. I end up translating Imgur all day. I did that. They blocked Google Translate. I sit in on all types of college and graduate level courses. In my experience about 90% of profs let me sit in on lectures, and about 70% even let me sit in on section, where we break down to smaller class size to discuss lectures. I've never had one turn me down for office hours as long as I take a backseat to paying students. Most profs got into teaching because they love their subject. If you show real interest in it yourself, most will bend over backwards to help you. I don't get my work graded and I don't get credits, but I learn a ton. Parking at my university. Parking passes are ridiculously expensive, over $300 per semester. I just park and pay my tickets. I'm yet to get more than one ticket per semester and consequently have never spent more than $30. One of my teachers didn't mention late work on the syllabus. Turned in a bunch of stuff this week, last week of school, and got full credit. Sadly, the main reason why you got full credit is most likely due to the fact that your prof teacher TA has other things to do than grade someone's homework lab papers from the beginning of the semester. They're graded for completion. Source: am university grader with a lot of procrastinating students. Food safety laws mean that, at the end of the day, the canteen I work at has to throw out lots of leftover food. I have food for the next week in my fridge which I brought home for free. Trick is to go for the mains and then buy your own cheaper stuff to fill it out. Apparently, at Chipotle, you can double everything except meat, for free. Double rice, double beans, double tortilla. My buddy does this and eats all week. I'm going to print off your post, bring it into Chipotle, then spend $100 on $7 worth of food and ask for double the change. I'll be rich. There's an Ask Reddit thread where OP is gilding everyone so that his post gains traction. I'm exploiting that. Not everyone. Dr. Amanov. At my school, they give us a sheet of 20 passes that we're supposed to carry around with us everywhere, and whenever we need to do something trivial like use the bathroom at an inappropriate time or whatever, we give the teacher a pass. At the end of the semester, you're able to put in a maximum of 5 passes for extra credit for yourself or one other person, or a mixture of both of these. My friends and I exploited this to the fullest extent. We got together after school the day before passes would be collected, pulled all of our passes together, and looked at all of our grades. We made a list of who needed the passes most, and went down the line. Everybody in a group of maybe 10 people managed to get bumped up at least 2 letter grades in every subject just from pooling together all the passes and turning them in for each other. This was back in early high school, but there was once a promotion for the movie Casino Royale where you could go on this website and enter an email address. They didn't ask you to confirm or even verify the email was real, and it would give you a free ticket for a specific showing on this one day at Regal. My friend and I did this about 65 times and printed all the tickets. Then we took the tickets to our theater and went to the customer service desk. We explained that we got all these tickets for a birthday celebration, but the birthday boy got sick so we needed to reschedule. They happily exchanged all the tickets for tickets that work whenever. Went on so many lame movie dates that summer. My dad's company pay for their employees to have gym membership. I go and sign the initial of his first name, followed by his surname and ID badge. If someone asks what the initial stands for, I say the female version of his name. I'm getting paid to get an education and medical training by becoming a pawn of the government. Navy Corpsman. This one vending machine near my apartment gives double drinks for one purchase. That one drink is Tahitian treat. I have grown to really hate it, but I like getting 2 drinks at once, so I keep doing it. Also, once I max out the monthly number of free newspaper articles I can read, incognito mode. The company I work for has its main offices in a different city where I live and I'm their only employee in my city. The other day I got naked and danced in the office for 2 hours. I use the code 999EWM to get Papa John's pizza for $9.99. The code is only supposed to work Monday through Wednesday, but this helped me get food every Saturday in college when most of the restaurants on campus were closed. This Mexican place near my house fills your wine glass up all the way, instead of just a regular wine pour. It's a pretty sweet deal if you don't mind drinking wine with your nachos. Oh thank God, Jose, someone else ordered another glass of this $2 bottle of wine. I'm just going to fill her glass up so we can get rid of this bottle. It's been sitting around for years opened. When I was in high school, I would skip the first 15-20 or so minutes of a class if I needed to finish homework, before school study hall going into first period, free period going into next class, or lunch period going into past lunch class. I'd walk to the nurse office, pop out one of my contact lenses, leave my backpack somewhere, and go into the office to put it in with saline. Then I'd get a note to go back to class. Nurse assumed I was at class before this, and teacher assumed I was at nurse the entire time. IDK why they would think that, but they did. Also had a cover story of allergies, dry eyes to explain this happening more than once in a while. Changing the font to white and typing random words to meet online MS Word count requirements. Equals rand. 1. Inserts one paragraph with 3 lines of English text in the paragraph. Equals rand. 10. 10. Inserts 10 paragraphs with 10 lines of text in each paragraph. Equals lorem. P. L. Inserts Latin placeholder text. P is the number of paragraphs, and L is the number of lines that you want to appear in each paragraph. I'm British and I don't pay a TV license because I don't watch anything live. In Ireland you have to pay it even if you don't have a TV. They count computer monitors, tablets, laptops. Pretty annoying. My college gives free housing to anyone who takes at least one class over the summer. Only problem is they don't actually check to make sure you signed up for classes before doing assignments. I had my friend sign up and call a week after I moved in saying his situation changed and he won't be doing summer classes. I now have the dorm all to myself, which is pretty nice since I just sold my house and am not used to dealing with roommates. I go to school for 2 hours and 45 minutes a day, and if I graduate like this I'll have a normal high school diploma. Explain PLS. My bank refunds all ATM surcharges. I own my own ATM that has a $3 surcharge anytime someone uses it, so I use my bank's debit card at my ATM all the time and I make $3 per withdrawal. I'm a couponer and my friends and I find online glitches frequently. For example, a few months ago American Eagle Outfitters had an instant win game where you could win a free pair of shorts or a free swimsuit. We found out that playing between 12:01 AM PST basically guaranteed wins, and that the codes could be redeemed both in store and online if you went to the store first. There are actually many stores' websites that have glitches. Finding them is a fun game. At Dog Pounds, they just give away dogs for free. You can just walk up, say you want a dog and would like it to be free, and they give you one. I find that it helps if you wink a lot and whisper that you want the special deal with the free dog, otherwise they might try to charge you. The regular price is probably really expensive considering you get to keep that dog as a friend for life. Getting paid to poop. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Bank of America Better Banking Rewards Card. It gives you $25 a quarter as long as the card is active and you pay more than the minimum payment on the balance due. No annual fees, no need to sign up with a BOA account. I set my Spotify payments to it, you can do Netflix too, and I'll link my bank account to autopay the credit card when payment is due. So basically free Spotify, or free Netflix, and you build your credit score. I refuse to use it for any other purchases. My science teacher has been using the same documents and papers for all of his students for like the past 10 years, and at one point like 3 years ago did all the packets and posted them online. Completed in PDF form. Some kids looked up the answers and found the aforementioned packets online and used that in class instead of the textbook. My teacher caught a few kids using the online answers and went and took them off. But before he did that, a bunch of kids saved the packets and put them on another website, which my friend discovered in October. Since then, we've spent what should be a 45-minute packet in 10 minutes. Filling up my online shopping carts with random products after I am done picking out the things I actually want until I receive the free shipping option. Then returning all of the random things to the store in person because frick shipping and returning fees. Multiple Horcruxes. Make one of them the moon. Then mother suckers have to choose between destroying you or the moon. This is Pizza Cat. He looks for people like you to befriend and give them the gift of unlimited pizza. This can only be granted if you comment pizza please. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.